Coming up on the Elon Phoenix Weekly.
President Leo Lambert chats about the current state and future of Elon Athletics.
Plus, we look back at the coach's first season on the bench.
All that and more next on the Elon Phoenix Weekly.
Good morning, and welcome to another edition of the Elon Phoenix Weekly. I'm Scarlett Facon.
And I'm Derek Scully. Thanks for joining us on your ESPN2 local sports break.
Over the past decade, Elon University has established itself as one of the premier educational institutions in the country through the use of its strategic planning. At the turn of the decade, Elon engaged in a new strategic plan with a simple yet powerful vision to engage students' minds and inspire them to act as leaders and global citizens.
When it comes to athletics, Elon has a vision for how they can grow the athletic department and remain in line with the overall mission of the university. We had the chance to sit down with President Leo Lambert to chat about how athletics fits into Elon's strategic plan.
To win conference championships, the theory of our athletics director, Dave Blank, is that you've always got to be competing in the top third of your league and in all sports. And that's the marching orders essentially he's given to our coaches, is to bring your programs to that position. There's a bit of fickleness about winning conference championships. You know, things can tip one way or another way in a game or a match or a contest. But if you're going to really have a steady chance of winning championships, you've always got to be in the game. And that's Dave's theory, and I think we're building all of our programs in the very competitive Southern Conference to do just that. And you know, we've won some conference championships of late, and we're very proud of that. And I think that you get there through hard work. You get there through hiring the right coaches. You get there through investing in facilities. Most importantly, you get there in investing in the right student athletes who are going to succeed both athletically and academically here at the institution. And this is an effort that, in doing the right way, you don't succeed overnight. It takes years of work. You look at schools like Butler University, for instance, which is in many ways a peer school to Elon in Indianapolis. They've got a tradition in basketball that goes for decades. They've been to the Final Four twice. An amazing story. But I think it goes to show that this is an investment Elon is going to have to be making for a long period of time, you know, to have that horizon point in mind and to be sailing towards it, knowing it's not an overnight journey. It's going to take a long time to get to where we want to be at in a Division I athletics program.
We will have more with President Lambert coming up later in the show.
One sport that has continually proven itself as a conference contender is the men's tennis team. Last season, its senior-laden team won the SoCon regular season title. However, this year's team looks towards its youthful presence as they navigate the heart of the Southern Conference schedule.
After graduating 4 seniors from their Southern Conference regular season championship team, this year's men's tennis program features 5 freshmen and only 1 senior. The focus for the team early on was maturing as a unit and taking the season one match at a time.
It's a young team. We've got some talent. We've just got to gain experience as the season goes on, and we are doing that. But the future looks bright. You know, we've just got to continue to grow this season.
I mean, we all got along quickly. The team has good chemistry. I think they're mature for freshmen, so it was good. I knew right away we could have a successful year and there wouldn't be any huge problems. Just every match in the spring we've gotten better too, as they've gotten used to playing. They've gained confidence, so just gaining experience. They're getting better with every match.
Especially with international students, when we've had a couple, they don't really understand college tennis at first, so it takes them a little bit longer to get acclimated. And when they do get acclimated, they usually do pretty well.
I must say, I found adjusting much easier than I thought it would be. Coming from South Africa, coming to such a different culture, I thought I'd struggle more than I would. But Elon's just been a great place to get into, and it's been really easy for me.
Although outnumbered by the younger players, it has been the senior leadership that has helped this team grow throughout the year.
Well, Eric's been the leader of the team. Unfortunately, he's been banged up. He had a little bit of an injury where it's just kind of nagging him. And that just alone, watching him compete and fight through it and come up with victories at not 100%, that does wonders for the rest of the young guys.
We've been a team that's got along pretty well without too many problems, which has been really cool. Being all freshmen, you all sort of come into the same situation. Seniors have also played their role. Just looking at Eric, he's obviously the one and only senior, so he's sort of the guy that we've been looking up to. Just
with the experience, I know what to do in certain situations, things like that. So I've tried to provide leadership, but freshmen have been pretty mature, and they're learning quickly. So especially like Stefan, he was already, as a freshman, he's one of the most mature kids in our teams.
The other guy that probably leads a lot, even though he's a freshman, is Stefan. He just by nature is a leader. And even though he's a freshman, because our team is so young and it's mostly freshmen and sophomores, he's kind of had to lead, and a lot of his leading is by example. There's only so much you can say when you're a freshman to the rest of the team, but I think his leadership is by example, and if those guys can follow some of the things he does, we're going to have even more success.
As the season has progressed, the team has shown signs of improvement, even through the adversity that a tough out-of-conference schedule brings with it.
We've had to grow up fast, and we've lost a lot of matches in non-conference, but we knew that going in. When you have a lot of freshmen playing, and even some of the guys, like a kid that was a sophomore, he didn't play last year. So we really only have 2 guys that have experience that are playing in the lineup. And so when you have that, you're hoping to see growth. You're hoping to see guys improve, both in singles and doubles.
I think confidence was the biggest thing. Just with a tough non-conference schedule, it can be a little overwhelming for freshmen who aren't expecting to, maybe they had success in the juniors or they're expecting to do well right away. It can be tough to lose like 3 matches in a row and stuff like that.
I think playing a tough non-conference schedule is only for the better. Conference tournament or conference matches are obviously the most important, but we want to be getting better, and the only way you get better is to play against strong opponents.
Although it may not have been the best situation this year, having 5 freshmen to build on for the next 4 years is definitely something for the team to look forward to.
Yeah, different but lots of talent. Young, but you can see lots of talent, which is exciting. There's a lot of guys that'll be together for 4 years, so to think about where that team can go is pretty exciting.
As long as they're competing hard, they're learning, they want to get better, they have a passion, a desire to get better, then it's exciting having freshmen. And as long as we have those kind of players and they're pushing themselves to improve, then a lot of times, freshmen can surprise you, and I'm hoping that's the case in the next month or so.
One young player who has excelled this season is sophomore Cameron Silverman. In March, he was named SoCon Player of the Week, as he and senior Eric Turner are one of the top pair of doubles in the conference.
And now let's take a look at this week's trivia question. In Elon women's basketball history, how many different people have held the role of head coach? The answer to that coming up later.
We've got to take a quick break, but coming up, we will hear more from President Leo Lambert about Elon's plan to become an elite athletics program.
We will also sit down with a softball player whose Elon career may be coming to an end, but who will leave the school with her name scattered throughout the record book.
As we go to break, take a look at upcoming golf, tennis, and track events in Elon Athletics.
There are currently over 350 Elon student athletes competing in 16 NCAA Division I sports.
Scholarships enable us to succeed not only on the field,
but also in the classroom.
It helps us in achieving our commitment.
To live the maroon life.
Your gifts have the power to take Phoenix Athletics to even greater heights while giving student athletes an outstanding education.
What is living the maroon life? It's more than just the hustle and the sweat. It's more than just the pain and the frustration. It's more than just the triumph and the glory. The maroon life is you. Yes, you. You, the athlete, striving to be at your best day in and day out. You, the alumni who have been in the stands supporting Elon for years. You, the fans who stream into games hours before kickoff. And you, the little ones who will be the next generation of Phoenix fans. You are what drives Elon Athletics, and you are the reason we do what we do. There is so much history and tradition behind our maroon. Conference titles, All-American, and national championships. But there is so much history and tradition yet to be made. So join us. Live the maroon life.
Welcome back to your ESPN2 local sports break.
The Elon Phoenix Weekly is made possible by the students of the School of Communications in association with the dedicated coaches, athletes, and staff of Elon Athletics.
Earlier in the show, we heard President Lambert outline Elon's plan to win conference championships. Now let's go back to President Lambert as he explains the importance of athletic funding and gender equality and their roles in Elon's strategic plan.
Fully funded scholarships are a necessary ingredient for a successful athletics program. When Dave Blank came on as our AD, I remember one of the things he said to me is, it's like we're playing basketball with 4 guys on the court or 4 women on the court. And we can't just simply wave a magic wand and add all the scholarships we want instantaneously. So over the course of the last 6 years, we've been working towards a plan, building towards a program of fully scholarshiped sports in all areas. And we're doing that through a number of ways, one of which is by encouraging greater private philanthropy towards athletics, and we've had many more athletic scholarships endowed. And of course, that's the long-term solution to funding athletics at the institution. But we've also had many more people commit to step up every year and make significant annual gifts to support scholarship programs for our students. Elon is committed to the ideal of being in compliance with Title IX and making progress every year on our gender equity plan. Heretofore, the way we've been doing that is by showing continuing progress every year towards meeting the needs of the underrepresented gender in intercollegiate athletics. So there are, I think, 3 big ways we're making progress towards gender equity, one of which is the number of women's sports that we're offering, and lacrosse is next on the horizon. We are going to continue to add scholarships until we get to the point where all of our scholarships, to the extent permitted by the NCAA, are fully funded. And the third area is facilities. Heretofore, I think we've been in a deficit situation with regard to the women's softball program. I think if you go to our women's softball games, as I was yesterday, to see UNC play, that's not a facility that I'm really proud to have UNC come in and participate in an athletics contest with Elon. That facility will be a Division I facility next year. So facilities are an important piece of this too, and I'm not only talking about playing fields and courts and that kind of thing, but I'm also talking about the support facilities as well, locker room, training rooms. And while we're very proud of the wonderful new facilities in the Alumni Fieldhouse, the Corey Fieldhouse needs a significant upgrade too, and that is on the drawing board to happen in the next, I would say, 12 to 18 months.
We will have the final part of our interview with President Lambert later in the show.
One female athlete who has left her mark on Elon is softball senior Erin O'Shea. Coming into the season, she ranked in the top 10 in career strikeouts and wins in Phoenix history. Erin continues to prove this season that she is determined to succeed in all facets of both softball and life.
She likes to get A's. She's very intelligent and she strives for perfection in the classroom as well, and she holds herself to nothing less.
When she comes here to the field to do the things she does, she's just as focused and determined on the field to be successful as she is academically. She's in our hitting lineup, and it doesn't matter what she has to do to be safe. She's going to run hard, slide, but that's just Erin and her determination on being very successful.
She has more spin than I've probably ever seen from any other pitcher, and her determination to get through a game or to get through an inning is very different than most people you'll ever see.
Erin comes from a family of Phoenix athletes.
When Corey was here, he really helped me out and got me acclimated to college life, and it was nice to be able to lean on him if I was, struggling or whatnot. Being able to play the same sport as my sister on the same team, it's definitely been awesome, and I've really been fortunate to be able to do that.
We definitely had a different relationship at home. It was more, stupid bickering, stuff like that. And now I've been at school with her, and she's been more a teammate and a leadership type of role in my life than it was at home.
I think she's definitely pushed me without knowing it. I want to set a good example for Caitlin, and anything I can do to show her the work ethic that I have, it definitely has helped her just to kind of see what exactly it takes to be a Division I softball player.
I've seen all that she's been through and all the hard work she's done to get to the point that she's at, and it's definitely something I know that I can achieve if I work as hard as she has.
Erin's hard work has certainly paid off. On the field, she's hit a walk-off, home run, thrown a no-hitter, and been named captain by her teammates. Off the field, she's interned with the Greensboro Grasshoppers.
I did know some people over there, so I made a phone call for them, and I told her these days sometimes the young people, you're not sure about responsibilities being places, and I told her she would never have to worry about that with Erin. If anything, they would wonder why Erin was there so soon.
I got to work with great people and really got to experience what it's like to work in minor league baseball, and it taught me a lot just about myself, kind of where I want to go in the future.
The future starts in May, and there's no doubt the team will miss Erin when she graduates.
Yeah. Of course, we'll lose her on the circle, and the determination and the willingness to do everything you can to help this team be successful. I know me personally, I'm going to miss that part of sense of humor that me and Erin's had, and all the determination that she has to win and willing to do whatever it takes.
We can have our funny moments back and forth, and that's kind of almost like a highlight of the day sometimes. And when you're around somebody 24/7, it's kind of hard to think of not being around them at least once a day.
I'm just so thrilled that I've gotten to know all the girls that have come through this program. Overall, it's just been an awesome experience, and I've enjoyed every minute of it.
As a coach and as a person, I feel very fortunate that I've been able to get to know Erin as a player and as a student. She's a great kid, and I think she's going to be very successful in whatever she sets out to do in life when she graduates from here.
Erin continues to prove herself on the field, as this season she has recently been named SoCon Player of the Week. Her success is one reason Elon finds itself near the top of the Southern Conference standings this season.
Now let's turn the pages back for this moment in Elon history.
For our look back at Elon's sports history, we visit 1957. The Fighting Christian football team went undefeated, but their unblemished campaign did not result in a league title. Flu outbreaks on two of their opponents' campuses canceled 2 league games, and thus they would end up 1 win shy of the required 5 conference wins to be considered conference champions. Led by Coach of the Year Sid Varney, fullback Bob Stauffenberg led the team in scoring and became the first Elon back to top the 2,000-yard mark for his career. In 1957, Stauffenberg was an honorable mention for the Associated Press Little All-American team. And that's today's look at Elon's sports history.
We're going to take a break, but coming up we reflect on Coach Charlotte Smith's first season leading the women's basketball team.
We will also show you the final part of our interview with President Leo Lambert.
As we go to break, check out this week's slate of games for Elon's baseball and softball teams.
Through their daily pursuit of excellence, Elon student athletes have gained recognition for their achievements both on and off the field.
Building a winning tradition takes hard work and dedication.
Dedication to the maroon life.
Where success is not only measured by just wins and trophies,
but also by the knowledge we gain.
At Elon, we're more than just athletes.
We're student athletes.
Providing support enables success, helps sustain the winning tradition of Elon Athletics, while securing the future of our student athletes for years to come.
An Elon education is about preparing students for a life of global citizenship. Of course, this is a place where you're going to come and earn a degree, but it's also a place that's going to get you to think very deeply about how you're going to use that degree to make the world a better place.
Phoenix fans, be sure to live the maroon life and support Elon Athletics by ordering your football season tickets now. Log on to www.elonphoenix.com or call the ticket office at 336-278-6750 to reserve your seats now.
Welcome back to the Elon Phoenix Weekly on your ESPN2 local sports break.
Earlier in the show, we asked, in Elon women's basketball history, how many different people have held the role of head coach?
The answer? 6. Current women's basketball coach Charlotte Smith became the most recent addition last June.
This was not only Coach Smith's first season as Elon's head coach, but her first season as a head coach anywhere. After a legendary career as a player and nearly a decade learning from her mentor Sylvia Hatchell at the University of North Carolina, the team was in good hands with Coach Smith at the reins. They had a winning season and earned a first-round bye in the Southern Conference tournament. We got a chance to catch up with Coach Smith to reflect on her first season with the Phoenix.
With the 2011-2012 Elon women's basketball season at its end, head coach Charlotte Smith reflects upon her emotions from beginning to end of her first year with the Phoenix.
There were a gamut of emotions, nervousness, excitement, anxious, just wondering, how the team would respond to me. But each day things got better and a lot easier, and I began to get more comfortable as a head coach every day. And so it was a great learning experience for me.
While the position of head coach was new to her, Smith was able to learn from those she had previously worked with on the sidelines, including legendary North Carolina coach Sylvia Hatchell.
Coach Hatchell was definitely a big influence on, my coaching career. I've watched, a Hall of Fame coach for the last 9 years as an assistant, and I just really felt comfortable, in being a head coach because I knew how she operated from the beginning of the season, the middle of the season, tournament time, just all that preparation for each phase of the season. So having watched her for 9 years gave me a lot of experience and confidence.
Smith was ecstatic to take on her new job, but she knew that her added responsibilities and requirements would provide for challenges along the way.
I think the biggest challenge is just managing so many different people, having to manage a staff, having to manage a team. It was just a matter of teaching them everything that I knew. When you come in building from the ground up, you have to teach everybody everything you know. So I think that was the most challenging part of it.
With the season now over, Smith is able to look back on the good the team experienced this year while remaining optimistic for the future of this program.
Got off to a slow start with a lot of injuries, but we were able to stay focused and continue to fight throughout the season, and I felt like we came out, with a great season, had a strong finish here at home, so we were really excited about what we accomplished and definitely looking forward to next year.
There may be no more games to play this year, but with Smith here for a full off-season, she and her team are working hard to get ready for next November.
I'm really excited about this time right now because we're doing a lot of individual workouts, and so I'm able to actually get out there and work out with the players and not just say, hey, do this drill or do that drill. I'm actually out there demonstrating with them and competing against them. And, I'm a competitor and I want to get out there and push them to be the best that they can be. So I'm excited about this off season and the individual workouts and just helping the young ladies become better players.
All the hard work and preparation this off-season will go towards accomplishing next year's goals, as Smith's hopes for her team remain the same.
The same as it was this past season, and that's to become SoCon champs, and that's what we'll strive for every year. And I think, each year we'll get closer and closer to that goal, and next year I really feel like we have a strong chance to contend for the title. It's just a matter of how much work we put in the off-season.
With Coach Smith having an entire offseason with the team and returning starters such as all-conference standouts Allie Ford and Kelsey Evans, we can certainly look forward to another exciting women's basketball season next year.
And excitement is something that has been building across Elon Athletics in recent years. President Lambert shared his enthusiasm with us as he sees a bright future for the Phoenix.
I just am excited about the building support for the Phoenix. I think it's palpable. There are moments where I think we see in the life of the university what is possible. The game that we won this year in overtime in Alumni Gym, in my mind, is a vision of what should be taking place in Alumni Gym every game. And so I would ask our students and community members, faculty and staff to be there, to be present. It's an important part in my mind of university life, and it's exciting and a wonderful, wonderful opportunity to build school spirit, and I'm really excited about that. I think I've been at Elon now for 13 years. I think it's growing, and I think we're building some important traditions at the university, and I want to continue to see those move forward. I always say athletics is the front porch of the university. It is the way that more people encounter Elon than any other activity that I can name. So we want to have a nice front porch. It's the way that we welcome guests and visitors to the university. We're in the newspaper every single day because of Elon Athletics, and we want to make sure that the coverage about Elon Athletics is about the outstanding achievements of young men and women on the playing field, in the classroom. And of course, we aspire to be a leader, and always are, in our conference in academic achievement as well. Elon is always at the top or very near the top in terms of the performance of our student athletes in the classroom. And given what we value most here at Elon University, that's what's most important to me, is that we have students that are going to get degrees, and great degrees, which are going to prepare them for success after the university, after they leave the university. And when you couple that with the leadership experience that they gain in a Division I program, I think those two things together put them in a wonderful position to succeed in life.
Well, that's our show for today. If you missed anything or you want to watch it again, be sure to check us out on YouTube at youtube.com/Elon Phoenix Weekly.
Also be sure to visit ElonPhoenix.com, your #1 source for all the maroon and gold buzz.
On behalf of our producers and crew here at the show, we hope you continue to have a spectacular weekend.
And be sure to join us again next week for the Elon Phoenix Weekly. I'm Scarlett Picard.
And I'm Derek Scully. Thanks for watching.